After 7 long months of being away, after 7 long months of doing other crap, I am back to uploading videos, and Assassin's Creed has returned. The franchise is back. Now, I'm gonna talk mainly about my thoughts on the new Assassin's Creed game. I picked it up on Friday. I got the gold edition, and ever since Sunday I have been playing like a madman. But first, why have I been away? Why haven't I uploaded in 7 months? Well, I'll keep it short and simple. 7 months ago I made a video. It wasn't my best work. Someone gave me a bit of good and healthy constructive criticism. I then took a couple of weeks to think about, how could I improve myself? How could I make this my own kind of video, my own kind of style? And realistically, things just snowballed out of there. It's like, because I started volunteering at a school in order to work there as a teaching assistant, so most of my week became consumed with having to get up each morning to go into a school to, help kids learn. And it's a special needs school, by the way. It's a school that deals with people like me who are on the autistic spectrum, and I do feel strongly about working in the school helping people like myself, so I wanted to put as much effort into this as I could, so I could build up my level of experience, hopefully get hired, and just do a good job day in, day out. And also, I just attended a lot of conventions over the summer, like MCM back in May, London Film and Comic Con in June or July, I believe. London Super Comic Con in August, then September I went for a job interview, and I got the part-time job at the school I was volunteering at. So I work Tuesday afternoons and Fridays, and I attend a college course every Wednesday. So I've been keeping myself busy, but nonetheless, I will still find time to come back and make these videos. I feel like I found my own style to make these videos in, and I feel it will work for me. So for the 53 people that stayed or stood subscribed, my English is going out the window today. Thank you so much. Now, on to the big news. Assassin's Creed Origins, a trek all the way back to fairly ancient Egypt. This isn't exactly ancient Egypt because this is 49 BCE, but it's still an amazing game, and that was an amazing combo. Stealth assassinate one guard, pull out a phone knife, and lob it into the other dude's back. Amazing stuff. Now, this Assassin's Creed, holy shit, I am loving it. It has brought Assassin's Creed back to what it is, and in my opinion, in some areas and aspects, this Assassin's Creed realizes the original dream that the developers had back in 2006, 2005, when they were making Assassin's Creed 1, and 2007 when they released Assassin's Creed 1. This to me just captures and hits some notes perfectly, like the large open world for you to explore, the level of challenge. Assassin's Creed finally has a difficulty slider. That's quite an insane thing for Assassin's Creed. Even since the first game, they didn't have a difficulty slider. They wanted the game to be styled like it gets progressively harder and harder, but your skills get progressively better. So as the challenge rises, your skill is supposed to rise to meet the challenge. But no, you could just say screw it and set the game onto a higher difficulty if you want to have more of a chance to be kicked in the bollocks by this game. Other things, the open world is amazing. Just the ability to ride from Stillwater Valley all the way down to Alexandria, and then to go from Alexandria to look off into the distance and see the Great Pyramids of Giza and say, you know what, screw it, I'm riding over there, and then to find you can climb inside these pyramids, raid these tombs, only to then jump out and get attacked by either cheetahs or cougars, and then to collect their hide, head back into a local town and to sell off these goods, or to use these goods to craft some items, to then pick up a side quest. This game is amazing in that aspect. This seamlessness of you can go from anywhere and do anything. It is brilliant. I am absolutely loving that. And the stealth mechanics, I'm loving them so far. I do admit there are some problems, there are some bugs that need to be ironed out, and a patch did recently just get downloaded to Assassin's Creed, and when I mean recently, I mean half an hour ago as of recording this, get downloaded to Assassin's Creed Origins that hopefully fixes these settings and makes the stealth a bit more harder, or maybe I should crank it up to the hard difficulty to make the stealth a bit more harder. I'm not saying I'm not being challenged on normal, maybe I just need to crank it up a bit some of the time, because say like this side quest for example, I'm level 21 and this side quest was recommended for level 18 players, and yet all the guards in here are level 10, level 9 ranked, so it just makes things easier. As for other things, the soundtrack is excellent, although at times you do get these moments of odd quietness that I just can't help ignore, which is a bit eerie. It's like, at times it can work, and other times, when you really want the soundtrack to kind of like kick in with these kind of tones, it's just silent. You're like, surely a bit of background music would help here. As for other things, the combat was promised to be overhauled when this game was shown off at E3. They were talking about how it's going to be more of an RPG style combat. The combat, for the most part, it's got its speed to it depending on the weapon you use, but even the animations still have a bit of speed to it. And the combat is fairly good. Like, weapons can have these different level of stats. They can have a level, they can have a damage stat, but they can also have these added additional perks to them. Like, you can pick up this golden spear which is cursed, which takes away 33% of your health, but the damage output on this spear is ridiculous. Then I've got like this sickle sword that, while the damage is fairly okay on it, it has the added bonus of poisoning enemies, so they take poison damage after hits. So essentially it's like bleeding damage, except it's poison, not bleeding, but it's still the same concept. And the dodge mechanics and the parry mechanics, they do require a bit more timing, although the dodge mechanic is more easy to use and it's a bit more reliable. If you can time your parries well, you can open up your enemies to some sick counters just to lay into them. And the adrenaline mechanic of where you build up adrenaline to essentially unleash an ultimate devastating attack, that's good. I feel it just needs to be a bit worked though. I don't know, maybe it'll be a bit hard, maybe it will be a bit more challenging on hard difficulty, like if you take a hit it reduces a bit of your adrenaline. Who knows? What about story and characters? Bayek, so far, as an assassin, I've got no complaints with him. I've got a bit of complaints with the story. I feel there's not enough backstory given, there's just not enough context given to the story itself, both in the modern day and inside the Animus with Bayek itself. It suffers from the same problem I feel Assassin's Creed 1 did the first time many people played it back in 2007. There's not much context as to what's happening. So far over the game, it's been expanding a bit, but not enough. Like, I need to know, who are these ancient ones? Maybe I'll find out a bit more the more targets I kill, all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I kind of need to know who the ancient ones are. Why are they? What are their goals? What are their intentions? And besides Bayek's personal motivations, what other motivations do I have to go after these people and to kill them? That's what I need to know about this game. But apart from that, Bayek himself, he's fairly good. And speaking of characters, there's quite a lot of good characters. Bayek's wife, Heya, who you do meet early on in the game, she's quite fierce, she's quite tenacious, okay? And you do get to see quite a bit of her in what I feel is a cool way, and I've still yet to play more of the game, but so far I like Bayek. I quite like Heya as a character, and overall stuff like characters' voice acting, they're fairly good. They're fairly good, like, because this is ancient Egypt in 49 BC, you'll have a mixture of, like, you'll have some Romans, like you'll meet Romans, you'll have Greeks, you'll have Egyptians, so hearing all these different sort of dialects and regional voice accents is a cool touch to detail that does set this game apart. Now, rounding off my discussion of Assassin's Creed Origins, is this better than Syndicate, which preceded it 2 years ago? Hell yes, perfectly. I won't hesitate in saying yes to that. I've met some people that like Syndicate, and in all seriousness, if you could gain enjoyment from that Assassin's Creed, power to you. But personally, I hated Syndicate. I felt it was one of the weaker Assassin's Creed. I didn't even complete that game. I just hated it so much. Where would this game rank? On a 1 to 10 scale, so far, as much praise as I've given Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I do see some glaring problems with it. Like, the combat isn't too completely challenging. Maybe it's just the weapons I've got, maybe it's the difficulty setting I've got. But it's a bit clunky, a bit finicky, the targeting system when you're in combat. And the soundtrack dropping off at times when there really should be just like this undertone of music. And sometimes the self-mechanics is a bit broken. I'd have to give this game a 7. I wouldn't say it's amazing, I wouldn't say it's brilliant, I wouldn't say it's average either. This game to me is good. It's a good game, I'm enjoying it so far, I'm loving it, and I've got some more footage recorded away, because I'm going to use that more to make some more videos. Would I recommend Assassin's Creed fans go out and buy this game? Hell yes. Go and buy this game. Assassin's Creed has returned. It is back to form. Apart from that, like I said at the beginning, I'm back. I'm back to making videos. Which also reminds me, at the last convention I went to, MCM, I bought Assassin's Creed Origins, the Gold Edition, which came in this chest, and I got a lot of cool DLC stuff, a statue, soundtrack, all that stuff. I also bought Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, the Special Edition, so I'm looking maybe just to do 1 or 2 live videos on that, like, not a playthrough sense, but like, a video where you probably see me going through a level, or partway through a level, just to show you how averagely bad I am at Wolfenstein on the second hardest difficulty, or the third to hardest difficulty. And I also bought a Sega Dreamcast with Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2 to play through these RPGs because they're set to be ridiculously long. So I've got other projects. My uploads won't be regular because it will take time to make the videos. I prefer to work in my house alone so I'm not disturbed by anything, and I've got work and college to deal with. Apart from that, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad Assassin's Creed has returned to form, and I will see you in the next video. I am out of here.